Following the legal action initiated by the Pirates of the Caribbean actor against his former spouse Amber Heard, the legal battle between Depp and Heard gained significant attention both in the media and online circles. Much like Johnny Depp's own situation, the case received substantial coverage from various media outlets, which appeared to impact the ultimate legal decision. Let's delve into the content of the Netflix documentary titled Depp Vs Heard and assess whether it provides an unbiased perspective on the complex situation. This documentary aims to explore the allegations exchanged between Heard and Depp. As a warning, this video will contain spoilers. Notably, in 2018, Amber Heard granted an interview to the Washington Post where she detailed her experience as a survivor of domestic abuse. However, she refrained from explicitly mentioning Johnny Depp's name in connection to the incident. Clearly, it was common knowledge that she had been wedded to the renowned actor, and the turbulence of their relationship was no secret. Previous instances of her seeking a restraining order against Mr. Depp were also well known. During her divorce proceedings, Johnny Depp counteracted with a $50 million defamation lawsuit, which unfolded in a courtroom trial held in Fairfax County, Virginia. As the trial commenced, both legal teams presented compelling opening statements, subsequently unveiling private details that should have remained concealed. This revelation left everyone feeling deeply uneasy. Depp seemed intent on making a statement, as he had specifically requested an open court hearing, contrary to the wishes of Amber's legal representatives. Their behaviors were far from rational, shedding light on their mental struggles and the need for counseling. The initial accusation from Heard's side centered on an incident involving Johnny's tattoo of his ex-girlfriend, Winona Ryder. When she inquired about it, his response took a hostile turn, leading to an assault on Heard rather than a civil exchange. In the midst of the trial, Whitney Henriquez emerged as a pivotal figure, asserting that she had directly witnessed Johnny assaulting her sister. Her testimony carried weight due to the first-hand perspective. She detailed Depp's inclination towards misogynistic remarks and violence while under the influence with an unapologetic attitude. A video presented by Amber's lawyer, Ben Rottenborn, depicted Depp in a drunken state, creating a disturbance. Depp claimed that while he was destructive, he hadn't laid a hand on Heard. He contended that the court had only seen a fraction of that day's events. Another noteworthy incident involved allegations of Amber urinating on Depp's side of the mattress before departing for her vacation. Heard attributed this to Depp's dog and substantiated her claim with text messages indicating the dog's gastrointestinal problems. The tumultuous relationship reached a point where a physical altercation occurred, resulting in severe injuries to Depp, including a nearly severed finger. The gravity of these accusations from both sides left everyone stunned. Whether it was on social media platforms or news outlets, the Depp vs. Heard case has ignited significant interest and was widely discussed. It's undeniable that a bias towards Amber Heard had taken hold on the internet. Several incidences during the cross-examination only served to reinforce pre-existing opinions. The initial piece of evidence presented by Johnny's legal team was an audio recording where Amber was heard telling Johnny that due to his gender, it would be hard for anyone to believe he was a victim of domestic abuse. This recording dealt a severe blow to Amber's case. Upon its playback, it became unmistakably clear to her that there was no way to navigate around it. The recording's directness left her exposed in the public eye. Interestingly, instead of just vindicating Johnny, the recording triggered a surge of anger among the masses who perceived her as exploiting her gender. In the contest of shaping narratives where perceptions hold more sway than objective reality, Amber Heard made a series of ill-advised decisions. It wouldn't be inaccurate to label her as a vulnerable witness. Among all the witnesses, none did more damage to her case than she did to herself. In contrast, Johnny's side presented witnesses who provided impeccable amounts, exposing Amber's deficiency in this regard. In another audio recording, Amber Heard acknowledged initiating a physical altercation, downplaying Johnny's concern by asserting that she barely struck him. These recordings undeniably indicated that Amber had also been physically aggressive towards Johnny, precisely the evidence that Camille Vasquez and her legal team required to substantiate their claims. In a trial, irrespective of the verdict, the primary objective for each party is to convince the jury to adopt their narrative. However, this endeavor must be pursued with finesse so that the speaker's sincerity remains beyond doubt. Analogous to acting, overplaying it erodes credibility, making it impossible to persuade the audience that the portrayed character is genuine. We acknowledge that this ethical aspect of the legal justice system is contentious, particularly in cases of domestic violence where substantive evidence is often lacking, amplifying the complexity. Amber Heard's situation worsened when she invoked Kate Moss's name, suggesting that Johnny might harm her sister, akin to his previous actions with his ex-girlfriend. Subsequently, Kate Moss testified in court, unexpectedly aiding Depp's team. They had initially not intended to cross-examine Kate Moss. Astutely, Camille Vasquez highlighted that Heard had failed to donate the $7 million acquired in her divorce settlement with Johnny Depp. Amber Heard had previously promised on Dutch television to donate every cent to the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Upon the revelation that her involvement was limited to a pledge rather than an actual donation, doubts about her credibility emerged online. Heard contended that for her, the terms pledged and donated had interchangeable meanings. Nevertheless, the public perception had solidified, casting her not only as profoundly manipulative but also untruthful. The question arises, why did Heard lose the case? The jury concluded that Amber Heard's statements in the Washington Post article during the Depp Vs Heard trial had defamed Johnny Depp, resulting in an awarded sum of $15 million in damage to him. The prevailing sentiment among the public was that Amber Heard's continuous falsehoods warranted such an outcome, despite her own compensation of $2 million as compensatory damages. It became apparent that the initial portrayal of the situation was more nuanced and intricate. When previously restricted court documents became accessible, a different narrative emerged. These documents provided evidence of mutual physical altercations between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Although Amber Heard's depiction of herself as a victim of domestic abuse could have been driven by ill intent, it remains undeniable that she faced cruel online harassment. The impactful language used by Johnny Depp in the text message to Paul Bettany left an indelible impression, revealing aspects of his character, extending him the benefit of doubt, assuming the message was sent in a fit of anger necessitates granting Amber's account an equal consideration. The private events within their relationship's confines were known only to them. In the realm of domestic abuse cases, certainty is elusive as they are laden with complexity. The unsealed documents previously excluded court proceedings uncovered a revelation. Stefan Deuters informed Amber Heard of Johnny Depp's remorse upon realizing he had kicked her on a plane, substantiating his propensity for violence. The Depp vs. Heard trial underscored one indisputable fact. Both were participants in an abusive and toxic relationship. Amber's pivotal error, which tilted the balance in Johnny's favor, was her portrayal in an interview as a helpless victim subjected to spousal torment, whereas reality revealed instances where she acted as the aggressor.